Everybody sing that shit.
Lowdown on Brazil ahead of the World Cup. Brazil are one of the favorites to win the World Cup in Russia this summer. Tite's side play their final warm-up game against Austria on Sunday ahead of their bid to win 6th World Cup. Sportsmail assesses where they stand ahead of their trip to the tournament. The Paris Saint-Germain forward played his first game in 3 months after he injured his metatarsal playing for the Ligue 1 side against Marseille in February. For a time, his participation in Russia was in genuine doubt, but he came on as a substitute at Anfield against Croatia last Sunday as one of Tite's halftime substitutes and 98 days after he sustained the injury in France. He made a goal-scoring return in Brazil's 2-0 win in the friendly match in Liverpool. Perhaps worryingly, he still has issues with his foot. Neymar admitted after the game he is only 80% fit and showed fans the wrapping on his injured foot on Instagram. Prior to leaving Brazil for a camp at Tottenham's training ground last week, he said, "Physically I am well, my foot is fine. I am adapting in a few things. I still feel some discomfort, but it is not something that will trouble me." Once in London, he said, "I'm not 100% yet. But that comes with time. It is normal that I have this fear of making complete movements. Let's take it easy. There are still many days until the opener and I will be 100% then." It's not an ideal situation. The beauty of Tite's squad is its depth. It is truly immense. There is still a degree of uncertainty over what direction Tite will take in attack. In last Thursday's training, he used Philippe Coutinho and Gabriel Jesus up front. That being said, Tite is expected to go with a 4-3-3 in Russia, and during training in Rio de Janeiro earlier last week he was using Willian alongside Neymar and Jesus. Midfielder Renato Augusto has an injury to his right knee and missed the game against Croatia, but his position appears in some jeopardy longer term, with Tite said to be open to sacrificing Augusto in favor of using Coutinho in a deeper role. With Willian, Neymar, Jesus, Coutinho, Firmino, Douglas Costa as attacking options, Tite will likely have the most sparkling front line at the competition. He has midfield stability from Real Madrid's Casemiro and Manchester City's Fernandinho. Manchester United's new signing Fred could yet come in, and a good defense in Danilo, Marquinhos, Miranda and Marcelo. Thiago Silva was in the practice side ahead of Marquinhos last Thursday but could be looking at a place on the bench at the World Cup. In goal, they have competition between Roma's brilliant keeper Alisson, who is wanted by Real Madrid and Liverpool, and Anderson of Manchester City. In all, it might just be the strongest side and squad in Russia. Potential World Cup lineup: Alisson, Danilo, Marquinhos, Miranda, Marcelo, Casemiro, Coutinho, Paulino, Willian, Neymar, Gabriel Jesus. Right back: Dani Alves's knee injury has set up a battle between Manchester City's Danilo or Fagner of Corinthians for the spot. Under Tite it has been excellent and they have brought back the flair since Dunga's departure in June 2016. Dunga left after Brazil failed to reach the knockout stage of the Copa America for the first time since 1987 and with the team 6th in the South American World Cup qualifying group. Since Tite came in, they have won 16 of his 20 games, with only one defeat. The team scored 30 goals in their final 12 qualifiers compared to 11 in the first 6. A World Cup group comprised of Switzerland, Costa Rica and Serbia should pose no serious problems. Neymar, of course. In 84 matches since his debut in 2010, he has 54 goals, 4th on Brazil's all-time list behind Romário, Ronaldo and Pelé, 77. There's a degree of cautious optimism, typified by Willian, who said, "I think we will get on well in the World Cup." It's hard to pinpoint favorites. There are 4 or 5 teams, including Brazil, that can reach the same level. The World Cup is a tournament that practically does not allow errors, especially in the final. From the last World Cup, and their 7-1 semi-final humiliation against Germany, we've learned the good and the bad sides of the tournament, which was the moment we were eliminated. This time my expectation is that we can experience only the good side. Of course it's in my head to win the title. This is my biggest dream, but I know the difficulties we will face in order to achieve this goal.